Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing tonight? I'm going to be sharing this out to a bunch of groups, so just bear with me here, and you can talk to Brian while I'm doing this. Brian's on board with us right now. Are you on StreamYard, Brian?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see their comments?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Hey, Robert, how are you doing?
Hello, Robert.
So, Robert, I know you need that book in the center back there. Hey, Philip, how are you doing? Oh, Robert, that's why you were out there golfing this morning. I was wondering what you were doing out there golfing.
Hey, Philip. How are you? Hey, Geeky. Hello, Facebook user test. Hello. Hello.
Hey, Geeky. Hey, Michael, how are you doing? Yeah, Michael, I had somebody bring that book into the store today, and I thought that was the one that you were needing, so we'll see what we can work out with him. Oh, Billy Gibson, how are you doing? Hello, Belinda Fernandez.
Hello, Belinda.
Oh, Charles, I don't think that's the way it works. I think the slabs are priced as marked. They're not going for $100. Oh, James, how are you doing?
I'm back.
That's what Arnold said.
Man, I don't see a place to comment in the message area. Is that allowed?
Yeah. It should be at the very bottom down there.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's just the last comment. I can do it in the private chat, but I can't do it in the.
Huh. Let's see what I can do here.
Maybe I'm using the wrong browser.
Hey, Mark Tatio. Okay, Michael, if you haven't been on here before when we've had Brian, this is Brian Denham. He's the artist. He's actually the editor-in-chief, I think, right now for Antarctic Press. He was the artist on the Iron Man Hypervelocity miniseries for Marvel. He's drawn lots of books for Image, for Antarctic, for Chaos, for DC, for Marvel, just all over the place.
Yeah, Wildstorm and Top Cow were the other two.
Wildstorm and Top Cow. So he is the artist on these wonderful sketch covers here on the bottom two. Hey, Geeky, is it Ron that is echoing or Brian that is echoing?
Sunday. Thank you, Michael. Really appreciate that. That Batman was really fun to draw.
Okay, Geeky, am I echoing now? Hey, Sam Bailey. Hello, Michelle English. How are you doing? Well, shoot, Geeky, I'm not sure why I'm echoing. This is the same setup I've had. Am I echoing for everybody or just for Geeky? That's right. We have to say that Brian did artwork on the Angel miniseries. Was that for IDW?
Yeah, I did the Angel book for IDW, and Bill Willingham wrote it, and that was a lot of fun. I really liked working on the Angel. He was fun to draw. Thank you, Belinda.
Alrighty, well, let's show some close-ups of the artwork. I'm going to start off with this. Brian, just step in there and tell us anything you want to tell us about the art. This is Wolverine.
That was a lot of fun to do. This is Wolverine post Weapon X, where he's trying to escape Canada, come down to the good old America.
I love the background, the blues and purples.
Yeah, it really doesn't show up on the monitor as well, but that blue, violet, purple fade is really striking, I believe, in my own.
Then we have Poison Ivy.
That one is, I really enjoyed it. It was fun to do. I wish. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, so much detail.
Yeah, and the green covers a lot of it, but you can see it in person, but it may not show up on this monitor. But I, as soon as I finished, I was like, I wish I would have put a few more leaves in front of her, so it looks like Homer Simpson fading back into the trees.
Then we have Thaddeus Ross as the Red Hulk.
That guy's fun to draw.
We have Sue Storm as the Dark Invisible Girl, or what did they call her?
Malice.
Malice.
But you spoiled it for the people that may not have read it in the last 40 years.
Another one you captured with this one and this one, you captured John Burns so perfectly.
Man, that was fun. It was like trying to recall all that John Byrne greatness back in the day.
Yep. And then we have the Chibi, Frankie Ray Nova and Galactus.
Eating, she gives him the planet Earth and the moon. And he's got a little sign at the bottom right.
I like the feed me. Yeah, the feed me sign down here.
I wish as soon as I finished, I was like, I should have put him with a bib on, like
a bib with all of the
with like either the heralds or the planets or something.
Yeah.
Michael, that Batman is Batman Zero, I believe. It's from a few years ago. I bought like a bunch of them.
Yep.
Yeah, with Greg Capullo and.
Alrighty, so we're going to start the bidding at $100. Like we did last time, the first one that wins gets their first choice of covers. So bidding starts at $100, and it's your choice of covers.
And Ron will ship it to you in time for Christmas.
Yes, I will. And if you'd like to have it slabbed, we can do that as well.
Woo!
So Belinda starts it off at $100. Belinda's got her first choice of comics, unless somebody comes in.
Ron, you may not know this, but Belinda has supported my art for years.
When she, I posted it in some group, and she responded immediately saying that you're her favorite.
Oh, bless her heart. I believe we met at Comic-Con in like 2008, maybe, somewhere in there. Everybody's shy tonight, Ron. Did you have a good day at the store?
Yeah, it was a pretty good day today. New Comic Book Day is always good.
Oh, that's great. Are y'all gonna be able to have a free? I mean, a shipping day before Thanksgiving this week?
Pardon me?
Are you gonna have our comics coming out Wednesday before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, and that's actually local comic shop day.
Oh wow.
So all of the local comic shop day stuff is coming out.
Oh, the local creators, their
Well,
stuff.
no. So they've started a new thing for comic stores. The Comics Pro organization did, and
Yeah.
it's Local Comic Shop Day, and it's built on the same theory as Local Record Store Day. So it's always special covers and things like that.
Oh, that's really cool.
So highly collectible stuff rather than free. Free Comic Book Day is the free comics, and then Local
This is
Comic Shop Day is the high-end collectible day. So, James, were you much happier with the Ten of Swords books this week? Yeah, just a little bit. I thought the battle between Death and Storm was pretty awesome.
oh, don't spoil it.
Yeah, I thought. See, that was amazing, especially the very end when she's walking away. So I think we're going to go ahead and call it. Nobody else is trying to outbid Belinda. Belinda, which cover do you want? All righty, Belinda chose the Poison Ivy. Awesome choice, Belinda.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Now I can come visit it. Yay!
So does somebody want to start off at $100 on the next one? They may have figured this out that they can just do $100 and get it that way. Hey, Belinda, if you will private message the store with your PayPal address, we can get this invoiced and shipped out to you. Robert Ramos starts it off at $100. I know he's going to go for one of those Wolverine covers. There, all of the original art is the sketch covers. Brian, do you have original art anymore? I know the last 10, 12 years you've drawn everything on computer.
Yeah, I've done mostly computer stuff since like maybe '98 or something. But
Yeah.
I have done a few projects on paper. Um, yeah, man, it's been a really long time. But I did recently buy some art boards so I can start drawing on paper again.
So I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but Brian's Christmas tree back there is actually a spinner rack, which I think is totally brilliant.
I got that spinner rack from Grapevine Mall up in Dallas when the Virgin Megastore was closing. So it's a little bit wider than comic book size. It's like magazine size, but it's all red. I thought it fit the holiday spirit.
Yep.
Although we're a little early, but let me move the camera. There's Santa Claus right there. He's painting. He's painting a snowman. Yeah. So and he's got like markers and stuff in his little bag. And here's my Christmas tribble, my peppermint tribble.
Oh, Christmas tribble. All right.
Oh man, I haven't squeezed him in a year or two. Let me open his guts. He doesn't like me. Thinks I'm a Klingon. All right, already.
It's that mustache.
Oh yes, yeah. It's my mirror universe goatee. Aww. And you can get these from tribbletoys.com. Jesus. But I think David Gerald, who wrote the Tribble episode, he sells these. Oh my God! No, my body's shaking from holding that thing. It's just like my teeth or something starting to rattle.
Well, Robert, I think you've got the next cover. Which one do you want? Hey, Steven, we do read you now.
Wow, that tribble gave me vertigo. Everything's like spinning in my. They toil not, neither do they spin.
And Robert Ramos gives the
John Byrne homage.
Yep. The number 130. What was it in the 130s?
I think it was 138, but no, that.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I just call it the 130s homage.
Yeah, I think so, because I think 138 is when Cyclops leaves the X-Men. I'm gonna have my geek cred card removed. Yep, X-Men 1. Oh, thank God. X-Men 138 is when Cyclops leaves. Spoilers.
That's a cover that's been done a lot.
Yeah. Oh man, I would love to recreate that thing. Yeah, 133 is where Wolverine fights in the sewers.
So do we have somebody that wants to start us off at $100 again?
Let's go.
Okay, Steve, you're looking for a cool comic that needs a press and clean. Most of the comics that we put up that are going to be in the $3 and $5 price range will probably could use a press and a clean. If you're using that to practice, if you're close to Fort Worth, I can definitely hook you up with some comics to practice on, because that's what I'm doing right now, is practicing on pressing books.
That's so cool. You might even do like a collage day where people can cut up all the old comics that you may not. You know.
We do that. We've got craft packs, is what we call them.
Oh, wow.
15 comics for $5, and you
that's
can
awesome.
Go up and do decoupage or whatever else. Hello, Alexandria. How are you doing?
Hello,
So
Alexandria.
Carol wants to see the Fantastic Four. And I want to say this was in the 230s, 240s of Fantastic Four.
I can't believe I can't remember it. I almost want to say it was later, because I think like Al Gordon or somebody inked it, but
you know, it may have been, maybe it was the 250s.
What an incredible run that was of the Fantastic Four. It was like, oh, he's fighting Galactus, he's fighting Skrull, he's fighting, the whole team.
Yeah, the Fantastic Four had those two runs right there in a row. It was the John Byrne run and then the Simonson run.
Oh, yeah.
And both of those were pretty awesome.
Oh, Jerry Ordway worked on it. I think Jerry Ordway inked it, I guess, and maybe wrote it.
Yeah.
Wow, X-Men 280 from July of 1985.
All righty, Charles has $100 on a book. I don't know which one he's going to choose. Hey, Martin, that one is available. It's only $900 up there. So 4.5. Yeah, Charles got a hey, Martin, a little bit later today, we'll have the first Wolverine also. I've got the first Wolverine that we're going to be putting up for auction, or for sale. Belinda, Charles got a piece from Brian last time we had Brian on. He got a Batman Who Laughs. Okay, Charles, which cover do you want? It's a hard choice.
He wants the Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. That one is yours.
Wow.
And does anybody else want to get in on one of these pieces of art? Or should we go ahead and start in on the auction for now? For the live sale, rather.
Thanks for showing up, Charles.
This week, since we have slabs that we'll be doing as well, we're switching out, putting the $3 books in the middle, the $5 books on the bottom, and the priced as marked books up top. We'll leave these 3 slabs up for just a little bit longer. And at $5 each, talk about somebody else that was channeling their inner John Byrne. This Tom Grummett cover of Challengers of the Fantastic. That Sue Storm there was definitely a John Byrne homage.
Yeah, and that Dr. Doom hand, there was a cover where he was ripping the cover of the comic book.
Yes.
Like Dr. Doom, yeah, that was a cool one.
Then we have Batman Arkham Asylum Tales of Madness.
Joker. That's a Joker with an attitude right there.
Yep. And then we have Blade #1. If we have any Bart Sears fans out there, this is the Blade series that Bart Sears did. Then we have Avengers 198. Avengers versus Giant Robot. Red Ronin.
Man, as soon as you said 198, I pictured that cover. That's such a classic.
We have Adventure Comics number 456 featuring Superboy. And we have Strange Tales featuring Cloak and Dagger and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I wish they'd do more titles like this with the characters that can't really carry their own books, but I still like reading them.
Yeah, mix them up.
So for those that are new on here, we put out 9 books at a time. Then we come over to the computer and see what people want. If you want to claim something, all you have to do is say claim. And then if you want it sent to one of the stores, tell us which store. And if you want it shipped, tell us that you want it shipped. Alrighty, well, Charles, have fun finishing your dinner. Thank you for joining us for the auction. Let's see. Daniel Scott wants the Joker. Whoever claimed the Challengers Fantastic Four. Your name is not showing up. So, Carlos, is that you?
Man, I'd love to see more Amalgam Universe stuff. That was fun.
Amalgam was a lot of fun.
You know who I'd like to see in a team up book would be Wyatt Wingfoot and Doc Samson, just chilling out and driving across the almost like a supernatural book, you know, where they got a really cool car and they're driving across the country like.
That would be cool. You just put the two long hairs together.
Yeah. Robert, I think my favorite is Batman. Just because I do him so much, I like he's my go-to. Like if I'm on the phone or sketching or anytime, it's just instant Batman. So I don't even think I have another one that I draw so much. And I have yet to work on a Batman book. I did Superman, I did Wonder Woman, but I haven't been able to touch Batman.
You did 2/3 of the Trinity.
Yeah, almost there. Maybe that's my end goal. My end game is Batman. I would like to draw a Lois Lane solo book. Like I put a Facebook post about it one day, but it was like I had a dream about it. It was called like Action News with Lois Lane.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, so it would still be called Action instead of Action Comics. It'd be Action News.
So last call on Avengers, Adventure, and Blade. Okay, next up we have DC First, Main Man Mayhem, Superman versus Lobo. Number 1 and a very fine for $10. We have the Batman 3 Jokers 1 in 25 variant for $25 near mint.
That's a beautiful cover.
Yeah, Jason Fabok. And then we have Uncle Scrooge number 22, Golden Age book, very good to find for $20.
I love those old Dale comics. They made so many cool different comics.
They are pretty awesome. We have Justice League of America, 80-page giant, The Century War. Nope, that goes down here. We have Just Imagine, Stan Lee's Secret Files and Origins. This is when Stan Lee went over and took a shot at writing the DC characters. Gave them the Stan Lee treatment. Then we have Avengers number 205, Vision versus the Claw. Then we have Superman number 274, old school Ross Andrew greatness.
I always love those Superman comics where he's flying above the logo. It looks so cool.
Yeah. That one, he's holding on to the logo, trying to keep it from pulling him away.
That is so cool.
Little Will Eisner twist there. We have Punisher number 61 from the first ongoing Punisher series. And we have Cable number 18, Steve Scroce art, who's finally coming back and doing some work for comics.
I saw that. I was really excited.
He's got a new series starting from Image. I still think his Sectars is one of the best.
Yeah. Robert in the chat asked how old I was when I decided comics was the road I was going to go down. I was 5 years old. This was like, I guess, 1974 or something. But I went in my brother's room, and he had a dresser drawer, and I opened the bottom drawer, had no clue what was in it, and the drawer was full of comic books, and I was just like blown away. It was so beautiful, this huge stack. And so since this was 74, like most of those comics were handed down to my older two brothers, from other people or whatever. So I mean, there's a lot of weird science, and the Star Trek comics were in there and stuff like that. But I was like, what are these? And my older brother said, oh, they're comics. Somebody writes them, draws them, inks them, and then they color them like with a little dot pattern. He thought they stenciled all the dots, by hand, for the coloring. But when he said somebody made them, I was like, that's what I'm going to do when I grow up. That is it. I was focused on that right then. I just fell in love right there.
And you were right. That is what you did when you...
That's true. Yeah, some days I'll wake up, I'm like, my entire life was decided at 5. Like, really? Like, that's what I'm still doing. Thank you, 5-year-old me.
Well, you did go to the Marines first.
Yeah, I gave up on myself a little bit, or I figured I needed. Actually, I was thinking, I need some life, some action and adventure, so I could write about it or draw about it or whatever.
Well, that's exactly what Superman did in that latest Superman series by who did that? John Romita Jr. He had Superman go join the Navy, and then of course Superman went AWOL from the Navy and went and hung out with Laura Lamaris, and
that's a great idea. That's pretty clever. You never see me and Superman in the same room at the same time. So.
That's true. But I have seen your photo where you're taking off your shirt and it says Superman.
That's true. I revealed myself. Geeky asks, which underrated character would I love to draw? I don't know if they're underrated, but I would really love to draw like a Doom Patrol. And that goes back to like the 80s. I always loved the old Doom Patrol, and then when they revamped it. But
the John Byrne or the earlier...
Yeah, well, I love, oh my God, that John Byrne annual where he drew like a, Robot Man, like he had a whole adventure in this and it told the origin of the Doom Patrol and all that stuff.
That was in Showcase Comics.
That's right. I liked all the kind of the offbeat characters, maybe more so than the mainstream. And that may just be something in the back of my head, because I was, when I was trying to get into comics, I was like, well, maybe I can do like the lower tier characters. Maybe I can't jump on the X-Men or something, but I just wanted any path to Marvel or DC, but which is weird. I got Superman and Wonder Woman at DC, but I got Iron Man at Marvel before. I was at a convention and somebody was like, "What is this comic book you have?" Or the art, and I was like, "Oh, it's from this from Iron Man." And this lady was like, "Who is that?" And this is like a year before the movie. And I was like, well, if you wait 1 year, the entire planet is going to know who this character is.
So we're going to do final call on DC first. Three Jokers, Uncle Scrooge, Punisher, Cable.
I got my name printed in a Punisher book when I was a fan. They had a Marvel Zombie tour, and you could go and sign up at a convention and put your name on this list. And it got printed. I think it was like Punisher 51 or 53 or something.
Cool.
But me and my friend got listed together.
So, did you ever write letters to the editor?
No, I was fortunate that Dallas had all the editors come through, and like in like '87, I guess, Danny Fingeroth came through, and I had his number. I would call him at at Marvel, Yeah. He had asked me to send him some stuff, and I sent him pages, and this is before I joined. This is before I joined the Marines, because I was like, he wasn't giving me enough work. He wasn't giving me any work, but I was too impatient. I had a portfolio, and I went in and showed the DC guys, and I had a couple of editors just like, oh my God, these are amazing pages, right? And then Archie Goodwin came over, and he's like, those are horrible, Jesus, like you can't, your anatomy's all blah blah blah. And so then all the editors turned away from me, like they just, he had spoken, so they didn't give a crap about me no more, I was like, oh, Archie Goodwin, but it's funny because I'd drawn Batman like jumping off a roof, and his hand was outstretched towards the camera, and I remember he said that was grotesque. But it wasn't like distorted. It was like what a normal person would look like jumping off a roof. But oh my God, it just destroyed me that he hated it. But it's funny. I was watching Neil Adams had some pictures the other day, and he had Batman in the same shot, almost exactly pose, and I was like, I couldn't get in drawing Batman that way, and here's Neil Adams just ripping it, doing a great job at it.
Okay, next up we have another slab. We have Fantastic Four number 8.
Number 8.
5.
Wow.
First appearance of the Puppet Master, who is now Ben Grimm's father-in-law. We have New X-Men number 128, which is the first appearance of Phantom X. And we have a complete set of X-Men the Hellfire Club, 1 through 5 or 1 through 4 for $12. This tells the history of the Hellfire Club, and you'll notice all of the names are in there. The Worthingtons have been members. The Greys have been members.
That's really cool.
Shaw.
That's almost some Runaways type stuff.
Yeah. Then we have Silver Surfer number 8 from the 90s series. I just love that cover.
It's beautiful.
Black Widow number 2. And just imagine Stan Lee's Green Lantern. Stan Lee giving Green Lantern a new origin story, everything.
With Dave Gibbons' art?
Yep.
Holy moly.
Then we have Iron Man number 141. We have Daredevil number 224. And we have Doctor Strange number 70 with a very... Who did that?
Kelly Jones, maybe?
That Hulk is pretty interesting
ripped.
there.
Oh, no, that's not.
No, it's somebody trying to do a Kelly Jones. It just says Kyle. I wonder, how long has Kyle Hotz been around?
Since the 90s.
Okay, so it could be early Kyle Hotz work. He's killing it on stuff right now. He's doing a lot of our exclusive covers for us. And man, he is just killing it.
That's awesome. Ted, we are seeing you in the chat. That Black Widow cover is almost a photo negative of the Silver Surfer, except her legs in the same pose as the board.
Yeah. So, Brian, have you done anything for the Turtles?
Not, man, not officially. I used to draw them all the time. Actually, I ordered pizza the other night, and I drew a thank you card for the pizza guy, and it had a Ninja Turtle on it, and it said, "Thank you, pizza dude." And, I lived in Hearst when I was a kid, and between Dallas, Fort Worth, whatever. And the comic book store that was there back in the 80s was Fantastic Worlds. It was owned by Bob Wayne from DC Comics. He sold it and went to DC. But they had the Turtle guys come through on a tour, and they had only had like 4 issues out at that time. And oh my God, that was so exciting because I'd been collecting Turtles like right off the jump, And I had them sign my books, and I drew some Turtle stuff for them, and they were so sweet to me. It was so great. But after that, I kept I kept wanting to send them stuff because they were always publishing pinup art, but I never did. But that was one big regret. I would love to go back and see something I drew from the 80s, some Ninja Turtles.
That was pretty cool that they were coming through here right after the 4th issue.
Yeah, that was crazy. That store also had Bill Sienkiewicz. Yep. I'm sure I'm butchering his name, but I don't think I've ever learned to pronounce it correctly. But
I think that's right. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Okay. And he came through and signed this huge Electra poster. It was like the store poster, and it was folded all down. But he signed it for me, and I had drawn some Shazam stuff, and I showed him. Oh my God! To get a compliment from him, I was just like, I'm done. And I drew Shazam, and there was like a reflection of. I colored it, and there was a reflection of Shazam in like the debris. And he was like, "That's genius that you thought of adding that right there." And I was like, "What?" I was like maybe in 10th grade or something. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Oh, he said, "That's a bold choice for somebody your age." I was like, "Yep, thank you. I'm done. Going home."
Yeah, we were in the store the other day and talking about how the Turtles origin kind of spun off from the Daredevil origin, and we were talking, and there was a girl that was probably 10 or 12 years old in the store, and she was listening as we were talking back and forth, and she goes, "That explains so much."
Oh my God!
Which I just thought was so hilarious.
Well, the Ninja Turtles are basically an amalgam of X-Men and Daredevil. It's like,
yeah.
What a cool,
Well, they got their powers from the same...
Yeah, from the same bottle of ooze.
Toxic ooze that, blinded Daredevil.
Kiki says he remembers he had a friend that had to hide his TM in Ninja Turtle comics from his mom when the first issue came out because it was bloody and different. That's awesome. it was so cool how many crazy comics we could get as a kid in the 80s, especially when it was like, oh, the D&D moms were trying not to let us, buy the comics or whatever. Or,
Oh yeah.
I remember the store stopped me from buying Miracle Man when his wife had the baby.
Number 9, Miracle Man,
Yeah.
number 9.
I was so sad because I was really huge into Miracle Man. I got all the issues, and then they were like, "You can't buy it. You're not 18." I was like, "What? Please."
It's the same thing that they would show in textbooks as far as, a childbirth goes.
Yeah, well, that was my argument, but they didn't. They were like, "Nope." And so, and that ended I couldn't get any more Miracle Man after that. I was just like, I missed number 9. I don't know what happened. I'm done.
Okay, last call on this Fantastic Four. First appearance of Phantom X in X-Men number 128. Doctor Strange, Silver Surfer, Black Widow, and no Stan Lee fans tonight.
Doctor Strange, the modern style of energy he has coming out, like in the movies, that electric pattern or whatever. When it was in the early 2000s, Ben Dunn at Anarch Press was doing the Marvel Mangaverse, and he had drawn, Doctor Strange doing some stuff, but he didn't, he was like, we're going to let the computer guys handle it. Oh, he didn't know what to put there, and I was like, oh my god, I saw in a bunch of manga like where they they did the energy beams, where it kind of looks like basically what it does now. So I convinced the guys to do the energy patterns for Doctor Strange in Marvel Mangaverse, kind of like Shiro from the manga stuff,
Yeah.
And so, but that was in the Marvel Mangaverse. That was the first time he did the modern looking energy wave, with his hands. Because before that, it was just, the guy would draw it, and they just fill that space with whatever color. It wasn't glowing. But that Marvel Mangaverse was the first time it was like glowing and electric kind of stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. So Marvel Mangaverse had the origin of the modern Doctor. That was the first time Doctor Strange looked that way.
Yeah, I miss those Marvel Mangaverse. Those were done. C.B. Cebulski is the one that actually wrote them, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know how that. I mean, I know. It was after the bankruptcy, and Joe Quesada took over, and Ben was just like, I'm going to send them a proposal, because this is the time for them to do something crazy, and they accepted it. And but then they Marvel moved up the deadline, so like a bunch of people had to jump on it to finish it, But Ben had been posting his art, his original sketches for that recently. It's really cool.
Yeah. So next up, we have one of the hottest books out right now, Department of Truth. This is the secret variant that has Lee Harvey Oswald on the cover instead of JFK. 9.8 for $80.
As the countdown.
Conspiracy theories at all, this book is for you.
That's going to be like the hottest Netflix show or Amazon.
Oh yeah, it's already been optioned.
Oh wow.
So next we have Death, the Time of Your Life. This is the second Death miniseries, full set for $12. All 3 issues. And we have our exclusive Punchline by Kyle New.
Hey, Anarch Press has a Punchline as well.
Huh?
I said Anarch Press has a Punchline comic as well.
Did you really?
Oh yeah. We're on our. It's from 2 Texas guys, Matt Weldon and Bill Williams, and it's on issue 12 right now, or almost on issue 12.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Are y'all publishing that?
Yeah.
I thought it was somebody else. Oh no! You're right. Yes, you're right. There's another one also that's being published by somebody else.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think there's 4 or something.
Yeah,
But some of them were only offered at maybe a convention or something. But
yeah. Okay, so next up we have Gen 13 and Generation X crossover in 3D.
wow,
It does have the 3D glasses for $5. Then we have a 2-part Warren Ellis Legends of the Dark Knight called Infected. Legends of the Dark Knight always had just short mini-series. So this was a 2-parter, both parts for $5. And we have Moon Knight #1. This is the Warren Ellis Declan Shalvey series. We have Superman #259. The kid who knocked out Superman with his souped up crutches. We have Captain America #168.
oh man, I loved it when Falcon was on the cover like that.
Oh, yeah. And Guardians of the Galaxy #19 from the Jim Valentino run.
Jim did a great job on that Guardians book, man. I love reading those.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with Moon Knight either. I'm hoping it's a series and not a movie.
Yeah, that would be cool.
William, what's the Dark Knight?
And that Death series, if you want to get anybody into comic books, here you go. Just 4 issues.
Yep. I remember when those first came out, when the first Sandman came out, and then when Death came out, it was just Neil Gaiman was the top of his game right then.
Oh yeah.
So different than anything else that was on the stands.
You know, Neil explained his rise to fame as a like a venereal disease. But he said the guy nerds would give their girlfriends the Sandman comics, and then they would break up, and then she would give the Sandman comics to her next boyfriend that doesn't know anything about comics, and that's how it spread.
Geeky, it's just one of those things that it wasn't really the title. It's like when Daredevil had Black Widow. There for a little while, right after Daredevil #100, it was called Daredevil and Black Widow, and it was just they don't consider that a title change.
Yeah, they were just trying to trademark the Falcon.
Yeah, without giving him his own book.
Right, yeah, because his name had to appear on the cover to get the trademark.
Right. Okay, Geeky wants the Captain America and Falcon.
Excellent choice. That Gen X book is great, but it's worth it. It's worth the $5 just for the 3D goggles, 3D glasses. They're getting harder and harder to find sometimes.
I wonder if the new fancy movie theater 3D glasses would work the same, because they don't have the red and the blue.
Yeah, they don't do the red and blue, right? Like the
Yeah, at the movie theaters, you don't get red and blue.
Yeah. For a few years, I had a pair of Barbie 3D glasses. It was like the only pair, like with my kids and stuff, or with my daughter. But it's like it's so. And when you need a pair of 3D glasses, you can never find them. And there's some websites that have art with 3D stuff, and then some new apps can make a thing 3D just instantaneously. Look at Geeky's superpower. He can't 3D doesn't work on him.
So I guess Geeky would be the perfect villain for 3D Man. Remember him?
Yeah.
From Marvel Premiere, 3D Man.
He's like, I don't see you at all.
If anybody reads Rorschach #2 this week, there's a great homage to Steve Ditko in there.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's pretty funny with Rorschach, or somebody that they're leading us to believe is Rorschach, is creating a character that looks an awful lot like the Question.
That's kind of neat, because since everything was based on his, his '60s characters, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ditko's the one that did the Question originally.
Yeah. And Blue Beetle, right?
Yep. And Captain Atom. And then, of course, when he lost the Question, because that was Charlton, he created the Answer. And that's when he was on his Ayn Rand kick.
Oh, man.
So, last call, Generation X, Gen 13, Superman, Guardians of the Galaxy, Death, Punchline, and Department of Truth.
I'm going to make a character called the Rhetorical Question, and there's no ending to the comic. Everybody just walks away.
Okay, next up we have, speaking of Marvel and DC crossing over, we have DC Marvel All Access. All 4 issues of this Marvel DC crossover ends up with the Justice League versus the X-Men. So all 4 issues for just $15. We have Spawn number 198 for $20. We have Welcome Back to the House of Mystery number 1. This has got the framing story is written by Neil Gaiman and drawn by Sergio Aragonis, and it's got Bernie Wrightson art. There's 9 different stories in there, each by a different creator team, and it is totally awesome. We have Silver Surfer Weapon Zero. This is a Marvel Image crossover, or a Marvel Top Cow crossover. We have Thor number 245. And you know, old habits die hard. So let's put those in the right place. And then we have Uncanny X-Men number 151. Kitty Pryde leaving the X-Men. Then we have Howard the Duck number 18. We have Avengers number 199. And we have Spider-Gwen number 7. Brian was wanting to be festive. Kiki was asking about your hat.
It's got a little tribble up there, a little white tribble.
Sam, it's coming up as trendy again because it's just never been reprinted, and there's new people coming in to the hobby that has never seen it, and so it's kind of cool again. Sam wants Uncanny X-Men. I'm actually going to have to look that one up, Belinda. I can't tell from looking at it. Hold on just a second. I want to say it's Robbie, but I'm not sure. Oh no, the cover was by Yasmin Putri. So the cover on that Spider-Man or Spider-Gwen is Yasmin Putri, who's been doing some awesome covers over at DC.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. There's so much going on, they didn't even know where to put the barcode.
So at Antarctic Press, do you let the artist decide where the barcode goes, or does the publisher decide?
Well, it comes down to me. Like, if there's space on the front cover, we'll put it there in its proper spot, and then some books are more maybe artsy, and we'll just we'll move the barcode to the back. I think all of our exciting comics have the barcode on the back, just because we have a big ad on the back for the next issue and thought it would be fun, And the first issue had so many different covers, it was like I wanted it all to be consistent, so we just threw it on the back.
Yeah.
But me personally, I know like our retailers really don't like it on the back, so I try our best to to make sure it's on the front if there's room. But if there's if somebody's face is down in the bottom, I don't want to cover it, so we'll just throw it on the back.
Right.
Since we don't have advertising by major corporations on the back that'll get upset by us putting a barcode back there.
Yeah, the barcodes on the back don't bother me as much because I don't bag and board everything before I sell it. And
Yeah.
By the time that we bag and board it for a back issue, I'm going to have another label on it anyway. The one that is harder on us is when the title, when they put the title in weird places. So to me, the title always needs to be up at the top.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've been seeing like some stores, since we're independent, our stuff usually gets, something on top of it. So we only get like a half of the cover, that somebody sees. So I was thinking recently is like we should just make all of our logos smaller and just to fit in that top left. Because if it gets covered up by something, it's okay. Somebody can see the title, but sometimes we do so many different art books with different kind of artist styles. Like we do one book, Cookie and the Kid. That guy designed his own logo, and so like I don't even think we put our AP logo on it. It was just like it was so perfect as it was, because it's trying to be minimalist, So there was, we tried to keep it as minimal as possible. There's no text or anything on there.
Yeah.
But it just comes down to each book, each cover, each creator, what looks best for the book.
Yeah.
But like this week, I'm putting ads together for March, and I have to take all the art and sometimes I make new logos, sometimes they have their own logos, but I arrange all the covers for the ads, and we try to keep it like that. So I try to make sure there's room in the bottom left for barcodes, and if there's not, then I make a note that we'll have to have it on the back covers.
Did you have a book come out this week, Brian?
We had Off-World, an issue of Off-World come out this week, and we're gonna have an Off-World all the way, like every week until it hits issue 7.
Okay. I think one of the Trump books come out. No, when does that come out?
We were trying to get those Trump books out by the. There's 2 trades, and we were trying to get them out in time for the election, and it was just we were just cut short on time. But it should be out in the middle of the month. Let me just do a quick check.
Okay, because for some reason, I think I saw it on your story on Facebook.
That was I did an issue of the New Statesman, and I did the cover art, and it had Trump on it. But yeah, that was by a different publisher. Let me see if I have that. Just when you need it, you can't find it. Oh man, what did I do with it? It's probably out of my reach. Oh. So like during the, wow, I would have moved it to the other room right before that stupid thing. So like right during the COVID, I got an email from this guy that was the editor at the New Statesman, which has been around since like 1914 or something. And he asked he said, "Are you the artist that did that She-Trump cover?" Because we did a parody of She-Hulk with She-Trump. And I was like, "Yes," And he's like, "I would like you to do it for, something like that for the New Statesman." I was like, "Okay." Man. That was the coolest opportunity, I think, and because it's a major book, and it happened right during COVID when we didn't even think we'd survive the first few months, or the first month of it, really.
Yeah.
Geeky asked what I feel about the variant covers that are coming out. I don't have any opinions about other companies doing them, but my opinion for our own variant covers is that we don't do it where you have to order so many books and then you can order the variant cover. It's like we put the variant cover out, and it's like, if you want it, here it is. We're going to limit it to whatever we sell, but we're not going to make the retailers or the people jump through hoops to get it. So it's just like we put it in the Diamond Distributor catalog, the same with any of our other books. It's like it's there, it's a higher price because there's going to be a huge reduction in the amount that we're going to print compared to the regular book. But and then we don't do variants for everything. We try to sometimes it's like that book has to have a vibe for a variant cover. So it's like some issues of Exciting Comics will have a variant and some won't, just because it's like, well, I'm not feeling it for that issue or whatever. very. I don't know what it is, but that's how it's like. It just I just have to feel it, before we put that variant out there. Like one guy wanted some variants for every issue of his book, and I was like, it doesn't need it. Like if I was a fan collecting that book, I wouldn't want to go track down all the different variants and stuff. I just want that main book, and those issues would just let me read it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good on special books, but it doesn't have to be on every book.
Yeah, yeah. And I hope people appreciate that we're not pushing it. It took me years to convince Antarctic Press to do a variant on anything. Like I did a variant for American Woman #2. I think it had a poster edition and a regular, but that took a lot of convincing. And then after that, it took a lot of convincing even for another one. And then when I moved back here 10 years ago, because Antarctic's never done collectible stuff, because it's like, they're very reader friendly. They don't want people tracking stuff down. It's like if it's there, it's there. And especially since we're independent, and it's hard to order from us, or find it in stores around the country. Some stores don't even carry us. Some states don't even carry us. I just don't want people having to track down something that would be out of their control. But I know that variants have helped us stay in business, for some time. It's like not even, just like a book may be like making no profit unless it has a variant. So it's like, and then that goes to the creators. So sometimes it's helpful, sometimes not really.
Yep. Well, speaking of variants, we have this is our exclusive on Last Ronin. This was by Francisco Matina.
That's amazing.
For $50. We have a full set, all 3 issues of Doom. This was a 3-issue limited series where Doom was on Counter Earth and he no longer had his armor, and he had to fight his way through. And then we have Batman number 382, very fine plus, for $10. I always love this cover too. In Search of Catwoman. Then we have Defenders number 25.
They're all on that cover.
Yep. Amazing Spider-Man versus Will-O-Wisp. Amazing Spider-Man number 234. And Action Comics number 487.
That's a great cover.
We have Iron Man number 326. Incredible Hulk number 221. Hulk versus Stingray. Not very fair of a fight there. And Spirits of Vengeance number 7. So do you get asked to draw Spawn very often?
That's kind of funny. Like I would think I would get it more often than I don't think I've ever. I'm saying maybe I did it a non-zero number of times, but I cannot think of any time I've ever drawn Spawn. I know I've done it a few times in a sketchbook just to play with that cape, but man.
Okay,
that's I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just pulling a book for somebody. So.
Oh. Spawn would be a book I would love to work on, too, just because since I did Violator, it's like I touched the monsters, I never got to touch Spawn, though.
Did did Todd have offices in the same building?
No, no. Todd was down in Arizona, and we were in Extreme Studios was in Orange County, near Los Angeles,
Yeah.
and where Disneyland is. Like we were, a couple of miles from Disneyland. I had an apartment where every night I'd go out at 9 o'clock to watch the fireworks. Yeah, our studio was across not even across the street. There was like the Angel Stadium, the parking lot, Amtrak train, and then our office building. And we were on the 10th floor, and we overlooked the Angel Stadium, sort of. We couldn't really watch a game from there, but we could see the lights and stuff.
Yeah.
Some of our guys would go down there like on Friday nights to go watch an Angel game and come back. And then we were across the street from the Mighty Ducks, which they were playing. The Mighty Ducks came through to play the Dallas Stars came through to play the Mighty Ducks. Jesus, I can't even remember the Dallas Stars existing in 1994, but I sure remember there was some Dallas team came through. And, so it was the preseason. So we asked Rob if we could have the tickets to his box seats, that night because it was Dallas, So he let me, Jaime Mendoza, and Todd Knock have the box room or whatever he had, because we're all from Dallas. And man, that was the greatest night. I've never seen a hockey game before, but holy cow, that thing was just like woo, 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 back and forth.
Yeah, the Stars actually started in '93, so they were just 1 year old at that time.
Oh wow, yeah, and that must have been why we were asking, because it was like, because he's like, why do you want to go to the preseason game? And it's like, it's Dallas, But, that was fun.
And of course, Rob would have a box seat down there.
Oh yeah. He loves sports, and man, that box seat was so nice. That's why I call it box suite, because it was sweet. And one of the perks.
Okay, last call, last Ronin. Doom, Batman, Iron Man, Hulk, Spirits of Vengeance, Amazing Spider-Man, and Action. And because I keep on screwing up, I'm going to switch things back to normal. We're through with our slabs for the night. So next up we have Uncanny X-Men number 167 and Very Fine.
With that sweet Paul Smith artwork.
Yep, very somber cover there. We have Conan the Barbarian number 12. The Gil Kane cover, very good to find for $12. And we have a complete set of Destiny, a Chronicle of Deaths Foretold. This is Sandman's big brother Destiny, the one that has the book. Looks like Tim Hunter's in there. And we have Mighty Thor. This is from the Matt Fraction run. Artwork by Olivier Capil. I think that's how you pronounce it. We have Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Can't see a issue number on this one because they put it on the back.
Now that's an odd choice.
Yeah.
Go Ninjas, go Ninjas, go.
Oh, okay. It's the Color Special number 1. Shell of the Dragon, Color Special number 1. And then we have Deathmate Black, which is the first appearance of Gen 13. And we have What If the Vision Had Destroyed the Avengers?
Classic Wonder Man.
Yep. Daredevil number 150. Featuring the Paladin. And Azrael, Agent of the Bat, number 71. Belinda wants the Destiny. Robert wants the Turtles.
Sam, thanks for hanging out.
Sam, thanks for hanging out. Yes, everybody, please wear your mask. I don't want to be shut down again. I don't know if I can survive being shut down again.
It's amazing we're so close to a cure for that COVID thing, and it's like, oh, we just a few more weeks, fellas. You know.
Yep. Although I do have to say that, you know, being shut down is what made us start doing the live sales again.
Yeah.
So, you know, and we created a pretty good community doing that.
It's amazing how everybody found other outlets, you know.
Yeah.
Robert asks, what is the hardest character for me to draw? I've told, like I've asked like IDW for work before, when I got on Angel, and they're like, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, anything except for G.I. Joe and Transformers, like if I have to draw robots, except for the Iron Man book, like I would be like, no way, I just couldn't.
Okay, so we can expect to see a Jack of Hearts sketch from you.
Yeah, that'll be coming up. That's my goal by the end of the year. Jack of Hearts versus Galactus.
Alrighty, Belinda, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Love you guys.
Eric Gonzalez wants to know if we got any Gen 13 for the low. I'm not sure, like for low price, we've had some up there for $3 and $5 already tonight.
With 3D glasses.
Yep. Which is a good time to remind people that if you missed anything or if you came into the show late, we put all of the books up in an album after the show on the Collected Fort Worth page, Collected Your Pop Culture Headquarters. So you can go through there and make an offer on all of the books. Everything will be up there priced. So if you miss something, you'll have a chance to get it out of the album.
Nice.
Yeah, Jack of Hearts is one of those characters that they killed off and they still haven't brought back yet.
Yeah. And he's such a cool character, too. And he's one of those guys that's just like he's got a cool suit, and it makes up for anything that's wrong with the character or any story that's ever been written about him. It's like you know, he's immune, just based on his costume alone. And then the heart around his eye, like Kiss or something.
Yeah. Just the fact that if you can blow up Avengers Mansion, that's.
Yeah. What a way to go. I always loved Star Fox. He has a pretty simple costume, but he used to hang around with Avengers, the God of Love, or whatever.
Yeah.
But he was really cool.
Star Fox, the Horn Dog.
Yeah, that should be his miniseries title.
Thanos' brother. They did a pretty good little run with him here recently, where right after Thanos was killed, and Thanos, Thanos' people were trying to find another body to put his essence in. And
wow.
They were thinking it was going to be Star Fox, since that was his brother. But they did a nice little story with him there.
That's cool. What was that little guy he hung around with too? Like
Pip the Troll. Yeah, Pip the Troll.
Yeah, and Mr. Miracle had Oberon, right?
Yeah, that was exactly. They were pretty much the same character. So last call. What if Azrael, Deathmate, Thor, X-Men, and Conan?
A character I'd love to do would be Big Barda. God, I love that character.
Which one?
Big Barda,
oh, yeah.
From DC. I can't even believe that we're almost at a point where she might be in a movie, like the New Gods movie.
Yeah.
How can you not have a big Barda in a New Gods movie?
Okay, we've got a gorgeous Adam Hughes cover of Catwoman, number 65, for $8. We've got the first time Elric of Melniboné was in Marvel Comics, Conan, number 14. Elric was actually in 2 issues of Conan. Then we have a full set of Venomverse. All 5 issues are signed by Clayton Crane. As you can tell up there, each issue is signed, and it's kind of a 5-issue Crane bow. Each issue is signed in a different color.
Oh, that's cool.
We have Fantastic Four, number 212, The Sphinx versus Galactus. And then all the little people down below.
Aging super fast.
Superman, number 282. Instead of arresting me, Superman's killing me.
Oh no. The story that inspired.
Not what Superman would do.
Yeah. That story inspired the boys.
Yeah. And then we have King Size Annual of X-Men, number 6.
Oh man.
For Dracula Takes Storm.
Oh man, that art is so beautiful in that book.
Yep. Invincible Iron Man, number 502. This is from the Matt Fraction run. We have Astonishing X-Men number 3 from the Age of Apocalypse. And we have Savage Dragon number 72. So I don't know if any of you guys noticed, because I almost started singing Age of Apocalypse just then. It made me remember on my page, and I think I put it on the collected or the DFW fan page. There's a group that did a tribute. They're called Guns and Hoods, or no, Guns and Helmets, and they did a tribute to the Mandalorian that is just absolutely great. They completely rewrote Sweet Child of Mine and made it Green Child of Mine. And I mean, they rewrote the whole song. The lead singer sounds like the singer from Guns N' Roses. The guitar player is awesome. It's just a really good thing. Facebook user that wants Catwoman. Is that you, Carlos? And are you claiming the X-Men also with the Joe Mad cover? They both sound like you. And William, he beat you to the Astonishing X-Men. Okay, Carlos, I got you for both of those.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second.
That's okay.
Yeah, here's that that New Republic cover.
Oh, cool.
I asked when I did it, they wanted it looking like an old Weird Science comic, and I asked if they would, when they credit me, if they'd also credit Al Feldstein,
Uh-huh.
So down here at the bottom it says by Brian Denham after Al Feldstein.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. People would jump on me if I didn't do that.
Yep.
You ripped out this old cover. What comic series would I like to see come to a streaming service? Oh, anything by Anarchy Press. We got Gold Digger, we got Ninja High School, we got Airship Enterprise, we got Steam Wars.
I am so surprised Ninja High School has not been animated so far.
Yeah, I think they're trying to, get a package together where they could pitch it, but hopefully with the success of Warrior Nun, Ben will get some of his other series started.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad that he doesn't get anything for that, but
yeah. But he had a selling price, that helped him at the time. So
right, yeah.
But yeah, it would be cool. At least his name's in the credits.
For it, right? I mean, he did get credit for creating it, right?
Yeah, at the end of the Warrior Nun show, it says the creator of the TV version, and then it gives producer credit, and then a Ben Dunn, created by Ben Dunn credit, and then the actor credits start. So
yeah,
he's pretty high up there. So that's kind of cool.
Hey, Robert, the best way to bag and board those, if you have a good paper cutter, or if you have one of those, I wish I had one of those like we had back in school that was the big scissor cutter thing that, you had the flat board and you could cut it. But you can cut a magazine board the width of the last Ronin comic and then put it in a Golden Age bag and it fits perfectly. Yeah, I enjoyed the Warrior Nun series. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, when I was working on that series, I really loved that whole concept. And I mean, she had some other cool things like they had some high tech equipment. They had a satellite network that surrounded the Earth, and it's called oh my God, it was called the Crown of Thorns.
Yeah,
and so it protected the Earth from some demon invasions and stuff. There's so much cool stuff. When I took over the book, they wanted a more realistic take on it, and so I was hoping to do all the cool stuff Ben had gotten to do, like the rose, Warrior Nun would throw rosemary beads and they just blow up everywhere and stuff,
yeah.
So I was wanting to do a bunch of that, but that writer he had a different take on, like a more realistic take on her, which was amazing, because he covered the fact that the Catholic Church didn't protect the Jews enough during World War II as this whole thing, and there was a Jewish supervillain or antagonist, and it was a really amazing story. Which I felt bad because I was trying to sneak in some fun stuff, like there was one part where I was an idiot, but where the bad guy's having to fly on a plane and he's sitting on the plane, and I drew like Robin Williams next to him, like in his work outfit, and I was like, what? I mean, he's staring out the window, having a reflection of Hitler, taunting him, and it's like, oh, there's Mork. Oh my God! And then at the time, we were also publishing Luftwaffe 1946, and which is an amazing story about what if the World War II kept going and the Germans had gotten to do all their rocket science stuff, and but at the end of the Warrior Nun comic, where they resolve their differences between the Catholic Church and their responsibilities or whatever. The next page is like an ad for like this Luftwaffe figure. It's like, well, could you have just skipped the page and put the ad on another page or something? But I think we had a 12-inch prototype of a Luftwaffe figure that would look like the G.I. Joe stuff, Back in the 90s, we were doing toys.
What was the book that you did? It was kind of a steampunkish or diesel punk, maybe. She was a pilot.
A Gear Jammer?
No.
That was called Steam Queens.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, I really enjoyed doing that. It was like I had an idea, one of the other guys at the studio, Joe White, amazing artist, he had to do a cover for this book we were going to publish called, Victorian Secrets, Steam Queens. And he did an amazing cover, And I was like, stop the presses. I have to do something with that character in this story, So I made this story, and I was like, there is not going to be one page of this issue that I haven't touched. So I did the inside front cover and the inside back cover, and and the back cover was like a propaganda ad for these lady pilots,
Yeah.
And I even did like spotter recognition guides for how to spot an alien UFO and how to.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love everything of that. You know what's crazy? I touched every part of it, the logo, everything except for doing the cover art, and I did everything else. And then the barcode got placed by somebody else, and it was the wrong barcode. Yeah. And when we printed it, the printer sent it to us, but it wasn't going to get there in time. The printer, it was our first time working with them. They apologized. And they're like, we'll reprint this entire thing for free, and ship it faster so it gets to us faster. We're like, what? That's amazing. But they printed it with a different cover quality. And it's like, well, we have to destroy either, this printing with this matte cover or this printing with this gloss cover, because it's like, what are you going to do? You got two different books in the same barcode or whatever. But
yeah,
I would like to return to that character. It was so fun because it takes place like what if when War of the Worlds was written, that actually happened. And then when War of the Worlds was a radio play, that actually happened, or when it was on the radio, when you read it live on the radio.
Yeah.
It's like, what if they kept coming back every 10 years, and what technology would we have created to fight them off, It was kind of fun because it was like I watched a lot of noir cinema, so I got in that dialect,
Yep.
So I tried to make the characters have that same.
Yeah, I was frustrated that it was only one issue. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that just comes down to me having other stuff to do or being lazy, but I would like to return to it. I probably will do a fundraiser for it in the next 2 years or something, so I can I'll finish it and then do a fundraiser for it, and then also offer it through the comic book stores.
Yeah.
But I'll probably do it with I don't know, because the character's name was in the story was the Raven Mask, and Magpie was like her assistant, and I don't know if I like the Raven Mask name better or Steam Queens better. So
Yeah.
if you have preferences, let me know.
I think I like Steam Queen.
Okay.
At least for me. Hey, Charles, I will be there sometime between 2 and 3 tomorrow. I have to make my Dallas trip in the morning, so it just depends on traffic what time I'll be getting back. I do have your slabs, your wind slabs in your box, so they should not forget to give them to you this time. If they don't pull them out for you, just say, hey, look in the box, there should be some slabs. So where was Eric Larson based out of?
Oakland.
In California with y'all?
No, he was up in Oakland or San Francisco.
Okay.
I think he lived near the Full House, but I'm not sure. And then they had the Oakland fires, and he lost his house.
Oh no.
Or the San Francisco fire, something like that. But
yeah.
I think he lost his house 2 times, so it like burned all of his old comic books and artwork he had when he was a kid.
That's sad. Kiki, you will see me tomorrow. Once again, I've got to go all the way out to Rockwall, so I don't know how to schedule or tell people when I'll be anywhere tomorrow. but I am going out and dropping the books off with you. And nothing powered the show tonight. Tomorrow night, the Wildacre Brewery is doing they're tapping a keg of ginger snapped. So I plan on being there tomorrow night and partaking in a barrel-aged ginger snap beer. So since I'm trying to watch my carbs a little bit, I didn't want to drink anything tonight.
That mask will help you watch your carbs.
Yeah.
It's like a filter.
It's definitely kept me from going out and eating as much. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Charles got a badass Cuban sandwich.
Where'd you get that from, Charles? I know Waldacre has a pretty bad Cuban or a pretty good Cuban sandwich too. They brought me a blackened chicken sandwich today that was really good.
Man, it will make me hungry.
We have a local brewery that kind of sponsors the show almost by
Wow.
They feed me and they give me beer.
That's what the comic industry needs more of,
Yep.
beer sponsors.
When things loosen up some and people can start going out again, we're going to do a promotion with them where we're going to have our own pint glass, and we'll have some kind of a superhero themed beer.
Oh, wow. Are you gonna do you have any artists selected for your pint glass?
Oh, you know who I'm going to call. Who do I call for my art?
I might have to move up there so I get more exposure. Like, oh, you need that drawn right now? Oh, I got it right here. Let me do that.
Are you going to get to come up for holidays at all?
Man, I have not left this apartment since March.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like shut down. So I was like, everything gets delivered here,
Yeah.
I get my food, my Amazon, my women. No. Well, it sucks because I got up to walk the other day and I was like, holy crap! Like my leg, my shins. I was like, oh my god, I haven't walked in so long.
Need to at least get a treadmill in there.
Yeah, that may be my next Amazon edition. Get some heavier.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was like, get some heavier furniture and I can just do push-ups and deadlifts and stuff.
Well, I think that's going to be it for us tonight. Brian, thank you for joining us.
Anytime. Thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry.
It won't be next week because of Thanksgiving, but maybe the week after that, if you're available.
That'd be great. If I don't get sick of me by then.
Yeah. And everybody be careful out there. Please wear your mask. It's, we're in worse numbers now than we were when we got shut down in March. And I'm just really scared that there's not going to be another choice other than shutting us down again. And I just don't want that to happen. So please wear your mask. Take care of yourself. If you can, take care of someone else. And have a wonderful evening.
Take care, guys.
And if you're not busy, tomorrow night, or it's not tomorrow night, I guess tomorrow at 5 is when I'll be at Wildacre. So if anybody wants to join me at Wildacre on Camp Bowie tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, I will be there. And let me tell you, that gingerbread beer is awesome. So that's what I'm going to be there for. Everybody have a good night.